All right, guys, I got a question from a man here, and he says, I'm in a sticky situation. I've been with my first girlfriend for almost a year now, and it's been pretty easy. She's caring, kind, pretty, and I love her as much as I've ever loved anyone before. That being said, I cannot imagine a future with her, no white dress or raising children. Well, I don't want these events to occur all that soon because I'm only 21. These things are very important to me, and I think I should be with someone who I can see a future with. She's never said it, but I'm pretty certain at this point that she does want to spend the rest of her life with me because I was her first and other reasons. I would hate to string her along to see if my feelings to change only to hurt her even more in the future. I think I know what I have to do, but do you have any advice? Thank you. Okay, so you're 21 and you haven't really been with many people, it seems like, and so you don't really know. You just know that whatever's going on there, it's not everything you want. A lot of guys fall in this trap where it's like they there's nothing necessarily wrong with the woman. There's good things. She's got great qualities. She's kind, she's committed, she's loyal. But the problem is that he doesn't know what he doesn't know, and he senses that. And so for you, I would say, she's going to feel that. She's going to feel that feeling that you're feeling, and it's going to make her paranoid, and it's going to make her chase you more. And over time, she's going to wither. A lot of guys fall into this trap where they'll be with a woman, what I call the 80% girl. And I think that's the trap that you're in. So she's most of what you want, but there's something missing, a large piece. 20% of what you want, that's a fifth. That's like if she only has 5 qualities you want, one of them's missing. It's a big fucking deal, right? And so you don't know what that quality is. And so you're like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's out there. There could be a couple of other reasons. One is she may just be so committed to you and that you can just get away with anything. And she doesn't hold you to the fire. She doesn't hold your feet to the fire and give you and challenge you. That could be a thing. And so you're like, well, I can just kind of get away with whatever I want. And you don't really respect her. And that can be the case for young couples where that happens. You'll either have somebody who's overbearing and just drives you crazy and you stay with her anyway because you don't know any better. You don't think you can be with somebody else, or it's super easy and you're like, and I guarantee you if she breaks up with you, you'll be the first one chasing her saying that she was the love of your life. But if that's not going on, she's going to feel that with you, and it's not going to be helpful for your marriage, and that's going to be be a problem down the road. I would say what you need to do is you need to get crystal clear on what it is that she's lacking, and if she can provide that for you, and if not, is she even capable of that? If she's not capable of that, and it's not worth working towards, then yeah, you're going to have to break up with her. It sounds like, and a lot of guys fall in this situation. They're with a woman and she doesn't have any red flags. She's nice. They get along really well, but they're like, well, there's just something missing here, and they don't really know if they should move forward. And that is the trap of the 80% girl. So what you'll see, how this is demonstrated, you'll see because a woman wants to move things forward relatively quickly. She wants to move them. Normally a woman will. She'll say, well, let's move forward. Let's move in together. Let's get married. Let's have children and move forward, because she's on a timeline, right? You're not necessarily. You can go as long as you want. You're 21, so I know a lot of the young women now, especially if they're professional and university, they're not going to want all that early on. They're going to want to get out of college first and establish that, at least get that out of the way. But then, soon after, she's going to want to know where that engagement is. For you, though, it could be, and you don't say a lot here. It's a little bit vague, so I can only give vague answers to vague questions. It may be a polarity problem. The sexual polarity might not be there. It could be something biological. That happens sometimes where you're just not as compatible sexually as you ought to be. One thing I will say, though, is if you have any hesitation, don't marry or don't get engaged. You should just break it off. When you feel like the relationship has run its course and you've learned where it needs to go, and it's not continually growing from one day to the next, from 1 month to the next, from 1 year to the next, you got to stop it, because once you stop growing, it starts to wither. And when you sit on that place where you're just like, well, nothing's happening, then that means one or two of you need to jump that situation of growth in one way or another. And it sounds like there's no growth happening here, because you're like, well, what do I do? I can't. So you need to get really crystal clear on what she's demonstrating that says she's not going to be good long term. And then you need to also get crystal clear on what these qualities are in your future woman that you're going to be with, because it doesn't sound like this is going to work out for you, and you're too young right now to I don't think you have enough experience. I should say you're too young to understand these things, but you don't have enough experience right now. So my advice to you is really think about. I think your intuition is serving you well. So I'd say go towards what you think, because you're thinking that maybe, yeah, and you're gonna hurt her. You're definitely gonna hurt her. If you stay with her, it's gonna be worse. And the longer you do it, the longer the harder it's gonna be.